AI-generated products are hitting the shelves of retailers near you, and I just want to talk about that. AI has infiltrated everything. It is the new grand gimmick shortcut. And I'm not here to talk about internet slop. I'm not here to talk about AI-generated YouTube channels or TikToks with AI slop content. That's not what I'm here to talk about. Everybody's already talked about that. I'm here to talk about physical products on physical shelves that are AI generated that you can go buy right now, and sometimes not physical products. Like, I just see AI used everywhere in everything now. It's in all the new phones, and instead of innovating, R&D at Apple and Samsung have just taken the year off and just crammed all the AI slop they could cram into their phone with features that nobody's gonna use that they just turn off right away. It's used in your Call of Duty Zombies artwork. Does having 6 fingers make the zombies hit harder? It's in your Magic the Gathering artwork and in your D&D books. And Wizards of the Coast wants you to know that they're really sorry that they did this. That's why they did it multiple times. Look, we got little Timmy a coloring book for his birthday. It's a story about the soccer boy whose hands amalgamate with reality when he's happy. Shopping for food on Instacart. Here's some lovely pictures of food that you can't possibly ever make look like that because these aren't real pictures of food. Man, while I'm shopping on Instacart, I think I really want some burger or pizza soup. Wow, this packaging looks f***ing appetizing. You want an AI picture of a shitty game controller to hang up on your wall? Go to the company that smuggles ancient artifacts. Hobby Lobby. And that's what I'm here to talk about. Mainly Hobby Lobby. I recently have been seeing many claims that Hobby Lobby and Walmart are selling AI generated products on the shelves, or products packaged with AI generated images. But I went and investigated these things, and I want to share my findings with you. And by investigating, I mean I went around and took a bunch of pictures of everything that's very obviously, or I assume to be AI generated, so I could lambast it on the internet for you. So let's just start with the Walmart segment. This will be very quick. Walmart does sell products with AI generated packaging. We went to investigate AI Christmas tin packaging that we saw on TikTok, and it wasn't there because it was after Christmas, obviously.
This is bad. I didn't think it could get worse, but you guys were right. The butter cookie tins at Walmart are way worse than the popcorn tins. Because why is Santa throwing ass? Why is he squatting on a table? Why does he look like he's about to twerk? What is his hand doing? What is that?
But we did find this burger in pizza soup with very, very obviously AI generated packaging. Now, if you have actual pattern recognition skills and you don't live under a rock, you will very quickly notice that this is AI generated. And fun fact about this company, it was featured on Shark Tank and Mark Cuban threw a good amount of money at it. Because why not, I guess? Personally, pizza soup doesn't really strike me as a good investment, but you know, I really can't crawl inside the mind of a billionaire where money just doesn't matter, and I, you know, can't rationalize the same things that he can rationalize because reality doesn't apply to him the same way it applies to me. But the big kahuna of selling on shelf AI products, not just the packaging, the products, is Hobby Lobby. We found like this many products that, or suspected to be this many products that are just AI generated or AI doctored or have something to do with AI at the store. Now, if you don't live in the 48 contiguous United States and you don't know what Hobby Lobby is, it's basically the king of junk stores. It is junk perfected. But I've broken down the Hobby Lobby AI slop into a few categories just to make it a little easier. So let's get into it. Category number 1, wall art. Hobby Lobby has a slew of AI-generated paintings or wall art or AI-generated images that have been edited over or doctored with AI in some form or fashion. This is probably the most populous type of AI-generated product in Hobby Lobby, and if I showed you every single item that we found, this video would be like a million years long. So let's just go over some of my hand-selected favorites. AI dogs. Lots of AI-generated dogs in here, including these 2 hard-working blue-collar buddies. So jumping into the fireman dog, first you have a weird strap that melts into the helmet. You have some sort of Star Wars language in 3 spots on the helmet, and the rest of the image is pretty questionable. I mean, look at it. Not even the goggles have consistent detail. As for the police dog, you have some sort of gobbledygook right above where it clearly says police, so that means someone edited the image, saw this, and said, yeah, good enough. The badge on the arm is completely obvious. The pockets on the chest are melding into the shirt and the seams are completely disconnected. This lapel thing has some sort of Yu-Gi-Oh rune on it. Did I mention these images cost $16.99? Here's a neat image of some girl with a coffee cup. Seems pretty stupid and marginally normal until you realize that her wrist has an extra joint. There are these ripple lines all over the image with really strange textures. And if you've dabbled in any AI image generation around the beginning, you would know that these ripple lines are really indicative of some old AI generating software. This is really low-grade AI, and it reminds me of early programs like VQGAN plus Clip or some other shitty services of now-defunct websites would offer. These textures are atrocious, and again, someone went through the trouble of editing this to say happy on the bracelet, saw the rest of it, and said, yeah, good enough. Oh, and this also cost $34.99 for an AI-generated image stamped onto some balsa wood. What the fuck? This doesn't need to exist. Nobody needed to make this. Here's another glaring example. This Ford decoration. Look at these wheels. The lugs don't make sense at all. What the actual fuck is this? Random textures on the roof? Is that a door handle? On the roof? And again, there were absolute loads of this stuff. From stadium dogs to a guitar-playing dinosaur with an 8-string guitar but only 6 tuning pegs, astronauts with strange backside buttholes, more automotive failures because why not, and a shit ton of AI-generated game controllers and other random bullshit like cow ornaments. Category 2, puzzles. Now, this one is a bit of a trip, and this took me on a really, really weird rabbit hole that has nothing to do with Hobby Lobby. Just stick with me, it's gonna get really weird in a second. Now obviously with anything image related in 2025, there are shortcuts with AI generation and puzzles are not immune. Hobby Lobby has a huge selection of puzzles, and this segment took me on a bit of a rabbit hole. Look at this. This one, we have a puzzle that's been edited over, so you can very clearly see that there are clear words here. But what am I supposed to drink here? Drink... What is going on here? They had the effort to fix the numbers on the clock, but not fix this weird stuff. I don't know what this mustard bottle is. She's got pterodactyl hands right there. Now, at first I thought it was some marketing thing with copyright where they couldn't show like Coca-Cola or French's mustard, and maybe they use an AI tool to blur it out because this is so obviously AI, but I almost dismissed this until I saw the pterodactyl hands and weird human postures, and finger placements just confirmed my suspicions. I don't think they're hiring minimally abstract artists to do this stuff. I think they're taking shortcuts. This is an AI-generated image that has been edited over, but this is where it gets weird. The artist, as you can see, is Steve Crisp, and I went and looked him up. If you go to White Mountain Puzzles, which is the publisher of this puzzle, and go to the Steve Crisp collection, there's more AI artwork in here, and there's lots of it. Just as an example, if you look at this one, you can clearly see that this kid has fingers growing out of the side of his hand. There's bad Photoshop jobs done over these faces. I don't know what the hell Poticore is, and the clock doesn't even have the correct numbers on it. 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, what? And this took me to a bunch of other websites that also used Steve Crisp's artwork. Like there's a giant puzzle company network that uses this AI-generated artwork with Steve Crisp's name attached to it. If you go to Steve Crisp's website, there's literally no indication of any AI stuff in his actual website portfolio, which is very strange, and I'm not quite sure what's happening here. I'm starting to think he's either like just a mini charlatan, or his likeness is being used with or without his knowledge by these puzzle companies, and he's not actually involved with any of this weird puzzle shit. Category 3. Coloring books. This is by far the funniest category and the quickest category. There were only a handful of coloring books that we saw that were AI generated at Hobby Lobby, but they did exist. And this shit was honestly really funny to me when I saw it. Just look at this shit. She's got that reverse backwards ankle disease, and she's got 4 fingers on one hand, 5 on the other. This one has 6 fingers on one hand and 5 on the other. This dumb bitch doesn't even have fingers. There were loads of other goofy pictures in there and a couple other coloring books that we could have gone through, but I didn't have all day to sit at Hobby Lobby and count fingers and backwards joints, so I'm just telling you that it's there. But this about sums up the video. Don't click off yet. If you want to yap, if you want to share internet mysteries, share your art, share your music, your conspiracy theories, take part in investigations, you should join my Discord server. The link is in the description. All right, thank you for watching and listening to me. Bye.